Hello everyone and welcome to day 10 of the ICC World 2020 out in the Caribbean. As you can see, it's definitely West Indies playing today, JP. What a day's cricket we've had.
Absolutely great to be back with you on Cricket World TV. It has been a wonderful day. Lots of sixes, lots of wickets, but still no one's been eliminated.
It's been a funny old mix, hasn't it? Because the results, the permutations, combinations, what-ifs and run rates are going to become massively important later on. So two games to look at today: West Indies and India, followed by Australia and Sri Lanka. Home team first, batting first, excited crowd. What happened to the game, John?
Well, Chris Gayle, it's all about Chris Gayle in this game. He thumped 98 in 66 deliveries. He hit 7 sixes and the Indian bowlers were really taken to the cleaners. 169 for 6 the West Indies posted. Contributions, not really many, but it didn't matter because Chris Gayle sort of boshed it at one end and the other players just got him back on strike, did exactly what they had to do. And that proved to be a winning score as India again, disappointed batting second, really struggled with his short ball. Wickets shared around for the West Indies. They were held to 155 for 9, they were 38 for 3, 80 for 4 and then 80 for 5. Suresh Raina got a few. Dhoni came in again and blasted 29 in 18 balls. It wasn't enough. As I say, the wickets shared around for the West Indies, but Kemar Roach sort of was good and bad. He bowled 7 wides, but he took 2 for 38. That was a 14-run win for West Indies. Okay,
well, Chris Gayle, they're unlucky not to be the first man to score two 2020 hundreds, or international hundreds, should I say. Run out on 98 over the crease, but bat in the air.
One of those things. It was a good dive, but just as happens, I think he sort of turned an ankle over a little bit earlier on, so I'm not sure how fully fit he was, but yeah, he batted quite beautifully, got a standing ovation, quite deserved. Okay,
well, West Indies on their way there. Then Australia and Sri Lanka followed up with, and well, it wasn't all Australia today for once.
It wasn't. For sort of 3/4 of the game it was, but the first quarter of the game it wasn't, because actually they were reduced to 30 for 4 and then 67 for 5 after they won the toss and decided to bat first. And interestingly, had Sri Lanka won this game, they would have gone through to the semis and knocked India out. But Australia rallied, a brilliant rally it was too. Cameron White, 85 not out in 45 balls, 6 4s, 6 6s. Michael Hussey, who really just seemed to have, it slips under the radar on sort of great 2020 players, but he's a fantastic player. 39 not out in 26. They put on 101 for the unbroken 6th wicket, closed on 168 for 5, and Sri Lanka were rather pathetically bowled out for 87. Well, they too were reduced to not many for 3 or 4, but they couldn't come back. Brilliant bowling from Australia. Mitchell Johnson 3 for 15, and Stephen Smith fast developing into a talent to watch the future. 2 for 12. His leg breaks, 81 runs, the margin of victory. And including direct run outs from Dirk Naas down at third man, so it really was all Australia there. So West Indies and Australia win their games in the Super 8s, but obviously more cricket tomorrow. South Africa and Pakistan, JP, are up first. That's right. The tournament moves on to St Lucia this time around, and yes, this is a must-win game. If the loser of this game will be out, so a massive pressure on both teams. It's time for their big guns to come to the party. People like Graham Smith, Avery de Villiers, and Dale Steyn, for example, South Africa, and then for Pakistan, it's about time Shahid Afridi performed. I think he hasn't done an awful lot as yet, and they'll be hoping that Salman Butt can continue his awesome form with the bat. Okay, well, that's the first game of the day, as you say, in St Lucia, where all the games will now be until they return to Barbados for the final, but England, New Zealand to follow. Big game this. It could effectively, if say whatever happens in the early game, could be effectively a quarter-final, with the winner going through, the loser going out. England in the driving seat because they've won both their Super 8 games so far, and I say that because it means if, and we don't want this to happen at all, but if it should rain, there's a washout, point each, England go through. Okay. But I think they've been in superb form, although of course they're without Kevin Peterson. He's flown home to be at the birth of his first chance, so there may be just a slight issue there. Also, we expect Rafi Bopara to come back in. England will hope that their bowlers who are in form, Ride Sidebottom, Graham Swan, Michael Yardley, continue to perform. New Zealand, well, a brilliant win against Pakistan. Maybe that's just revitalised them down Victoria Street. Ian Butler had a great game, so look out for him. Okay, well there we go, folks. Thank you again, JP. Great games we've seen already, and I'm sure the whole of West Indies are buzzing in a minute from that. Brilliant innings from Chris Gayle. That was the highlight of the day, and we've got some great games to look forward to. And we hope we'll see you again here on Cricket World.